Howdy folks, welcome to episode 45, and I'm AFK farming some corn here, as you can see. So let me turn this off so it's not so annoying. I'm gonna get some oxygen and some air. Now what you can do is, if you want to go AFK, you can stand in a medical chamber. And I'm doing that because I'm growing some corn here, and the reason I'm doing that, I'm growing corn now, is because I want to make a bunch of plastic blocks that are, or the decorative blocks that use the plastic that uses the corn. So I've got this set up here, and these should be popping up any minute now because the other ones that I just harvested last cycle just came up, so we can watch those pop up too. But anyway, the setup here is a medical station, so that basically you can sit and you run out of air and it doesn't matter. And let me see how much oxygen I have now. So yeah, I only came out with 50 from that box. So yeah, you can use up your oxygen and your food, and the medic station will keep you from actually dying. Now this is assuming that you don't run out of fuel on your base, which is advisable, you know, to keep enough fuel in there. And for example, my base now has, 17 hours of fuel in it because there's nothing big running or anything, just these lights in the medic station for the most part. So anyway, you have that concern, and the other thing you got to make sure of is obviously that, you're not going to get attacked by drones or something while you're AFK. So that's one way you can do it. And the other thing I did is I put a cargo box down here so I could throw all my inventory in it. There they go, they just popped up. They're popping up now. But yeah, I put all my inventory in the cargo box so that you can sit it in there, because if you die while you're AFKing, your backpack doesn't despawn with all your stuff in it. Although that doesn't happen to me because real men don't die. Their hair. Yeah, real men don't dye their hair. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But yeah, anyway, so you go through and you do all this, and you grab all that stuff and you put it in the constructor. So I've got 1.5 stacks of plastic here, and then it's either this box, now it's this box, and I've got 4 more that I've already made. So I can probably stop after this cycle. I should have plenty. I'm getting, I think, half a stack per time. But yeah, I basically just left it running while I was sitting at my computer and doing other stuff. So let me grab some food here and fill up on food. And actually, I'm going to go get some supplies ready and do all this corn. Actually, I can show you how I do the corn too. Because I've got, the other nice thing about emptying out your inventory while you're doing that is when you go to collect all the corn, you have room in your inventory. So there we go, and I can collect an inventory full. Okay, my inventory is full. Turn off the jetpack so I can run over here. And the other nice thing about this the mouse spamming thing is you can do this to transfer stuff. So, and the constructor is full, and then you can also use it to queue stuff. So watch how fast it queues up. So you don't have to sit there and click for an hour trying to get, especially like when you have the Prometheum and you're trying to do those. So that's a quicker way to do that. And I'm going to let these construct and let all that stuff craft and get all the rest of this picked, and probably clean up all these boxes and everything too. And then I will come back and we'll do a little building. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, we're back, and I've got some stuff crafting and everything. While we're doing that, I think I'm going to put up some stairs. Now one of the other things I did was I converted all the windows I had from the old style to the cool new style that I actually want to keep. So I've got those in my inventory. I got some of those, and I want to do the entranceway here, and I was just trying to decide whether I want that to come out by 1. Yeah, I think I'll leave it out by 1. So we're going to put Oh, and I guess you can't drop these in a line. So we'll just do them like this. And you know what? I don't have anything else to do this with. So I'll use these. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to have to work on is this ground level stuff. I'll probably have to drop the walls down into the ground so that, and maybe even some of this out too. Now, I thought of using the fill and flatten tool to raise the ground up to this, but it's that salt and pepper, that black and white, you know, peppery, it's really speckly, and it would probably look really bad against this. So I'm just going to not do that, and I'll leave it like this. So this is going to be the entrance. I want it to be kind of grand looking, and, you know, large entrance and everything. Look like you're walking into a big building. And the other thing I want to do at the entrance, and the interesting thing is with all this AFKing, for some reason, it's like all the mobs despawned and then they just now started respawning, you know, after I started running around. Anyway, is they just, you know, now they're respawning over on this side now that I started running over here again. But when I was over there, there was like nothing, you know, so when I was doing all the crafting and everything. But anyway, so what I want to do is, the other thing I should mention is this is obviously intended to be 2 floors, and so I'm making the floors actually 2 blocks thick so that I'm not stuck. You know, if I want to do something on the top floor and I don't want it to be exactly the same on the ceiling, you know, that they don't have to match. They don't have to be the same. So I'm doing a 2 thick wall, which is why this thing is so tall. And so I'm going to put in the ceiling. That's what the blocks are made for. And I wanted to get this thing in here too. So let's see. And actually this is backwards. I don't want it that way because you can't see through it. So we're going to build, let's see, how are we going to do this? I think we'll have to make it come out here. Yeah, that'll look okay. All right, so we're going to do that. And I don't know if, yeah, I did it wrong. 4, 5. Now the other trick when you're building and you want to place a line of blocks, if you're building and you want to place a line of blocks, what you want to do is you want to start farther away from you and pull them toward you. So I can do this and then I can do the blocks. I'll hit the control key and do that. If I try to, what was that? That was weird. Huh. Did that just subtract all those? Let's see. Let's try that again. No, I must have let go of the control key before I did that. Okay, whoops. Anyway, yeah, so if you start next to yourself and you try to push it away, it doesn't work. If you start away from yourself and pull the line of blocks toward you, then it'll work. Ah, okay. This is going to frustrate me. Okay, there we go. All right. And then I can get rid of these. Okay, and whoops, I damaged that wall. Because I want to do this before it's not able to be done anymore. And do I want this wide, or do I want it one less before I... And did I just put these in backwards? Or did I spin them around the right way? I think I spun them around the right way. Maybe these ones are backwards? Yeah, they are. I just did this whole wall backwards. Okay, that was dumb. Okay. So I need to take these out and fix this. And why don't I go do the other side of this, since it's going to look the same, and then you guys can see what it can look like, what it's going to look like, and I don't have to mess around with... Now that is the right way, isn't it? Before I commit to this. Yes. Okay, so it's going to be like this. It's going to come out by 5. And then I need to spin it around. And this one is going to go there and then come down. Okay. And then I'm going to put a wall here. And yeah, I think I want a diagonal on that. So I'm going to need to do this and this. And then I can put the diagonals here, like this, and spin this one. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and clean this up, and I will be right back. Okay guys, we're back, and it looks like the sun is setting, but I think I can still get this done in time so that you can see what it is. And this should be pretty cool, I think. So let me go into here, and should be able to stick them in there. Yep, there we go. There we go. There's one, and we'll get them on the other side. And get these guys put in on the other side. That's 6. So we'll have our little, our visitors will come in and they'll be able to see our cool little terrarium. With our little pets inside. Aren't they cute? Too bad we can't name them, huh? I shall name them Squishy. But yes, we can have our little pets in there. And probably, probably make a space for some golems somewhere too. But I wanted to get this put in case they decide to patch things and make it impossible for this to happen in the future. I wanted to get it done first. And yeah, so there's the first, mob pets in Empyrion. So they'll just wander around and make noise. So my base is now going to be noisy, but it should be pretty fun. So yeah, I'm going to start working on the floor, and also I decided that I think the yellow is going to work really well with the desert theme, and so I was going to paint the outside of this, and I probably do black for these columns. Each of the columns will be black, and then the walls will be yellow. So we'll do this real quick. We'll paint this up real quick and see what it get a look at it and get an idea of what it's going to look like. So we can paint these, and I really still wish they had like in the P screen, a paint all kind of button so that you could paint the whole base one color and then just do your secondary color manually. But the symmetry tool for painting would be nice too, but it is what it is right now. So yeah, I think that's going to look pretty cool, and especially against the orange, during the day it'll look a lot better, I think, too, as far as or it'll make more sense. So yeah, it looks okay, and I think I'm going to paint the outside of that, and I will probably get started on the trim for that too. So why don't I get this painted, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, we're back, and I've got the painting done, and I'm trying to decide between this with the yellow on the top and then this with the black on the top. So it kind of breaks up everything into the yellow rectangles, or it leaves it as the taller yellow rectangles, so it's not too big of a difference, and it's not like it would be that hard to change my mind either. So it's not that big of a decision, but that is the outline. That's the paint job, and I think it's about the best you can make it look with this orange background and the purple lighting and all that stuff. And so I started on this trim too, and I'm going to need to craft some more stuff. And the other thing that I did over the weekend between episodes was I made a trip, and I went and here, let's turn that off. I went and got all of the resources, gathered all my resources from everywhere. So, and this, I've got all of our iron, so we've got a few stacks of iron, a few stacks of silicon, which are the big ones for building, is, the iron blocks and the glass windows are the big things. So that's our resources that I've gathered. I also, as you can see, I finished crafting here, and I've got a couple stacks of these that I grabbed of each, so that I can do that. I can start building on that floor. And I also ran out of metal plates, so I need to take some of these and start making some more metal plates, because I used those all up with the with these thingies. So I used up all the ones that I had. So let me get some metal plates going. Those are under components, and we'll get a few stacks of those. Okay, and and what was the other thing I wanted to do here real quick? Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention was that I went and changed out all the windows on the Beeblebrox. So the other windows that I had converted over, I used a bunch of those on the Beeblebrox. So that's all has the new windows, and next time we go past that in space, I will show you guys what that looks like. It looks pretty cool. And so yeah, I really like these new windows a lot. So the other thing I wanted to do in here was I wanted to get the floor painted, and I can turn off the jetpack. I wanted to get the floor painted, and I've got a pattern that I've done before, and I need to just decide what kind of color I want. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. I'll show you what the pattern looks like. That goes all the way across, and then this goes like this. And is that, no, it goes down 2. Does it go down 2? Yeah, it goes down 2. That's right. Okay. And so this one is gray. Okay, and then we go a black block again. And then this connects up here. And then it goes the same on the other side. So I figured this would make a nice pattern for the floor in here. And let me finish that off. Sorry, it's hard to paint and count and talk all at the same time. So let's see. Whoops. Get the gray there and the gray there. And that's going to be, that line goes all the way across. Okay, and then this just repeats again this way. So the same thing, it comes upside down here and does that, and etc. And so when you back off, you can see what it's going to look like. So I like this pattern. I've used it in one of my Minecraft builds, and I really enjoyed it. And I'll probably do something on the ceiling too, because I like these patterns. They please my eyes. So, and one of the nice things about building very large buildings is that you can keep these patterns in them. So if you can see, the gray is also, in whatever color I decide to make that, is also the same pattern. They're interlocking. So it's actually all the same thing depending on which way you go. And so I'll have to figure out what works best with this black and yellow theme and see what I want to do with that. So anyway, I think that's about all the time we're going to have for today. I will probably finish up this outside trim and show you guys that at the start of the next episode, and then we will decide where we're going to go from there. Probably work on the floors and the ceiling and start dividing stuff up into rooms. So I will see you guys in the next episode. That will be not 146, it will be 46. So we will see you in episode 46. Later.